till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving.
Oh, yo, what is up? And it's me, Keenan. We're back. We're in the building with another episode of the 7200 Second Podcast. As always, I got my guy, my co-host, Coach Dante, the sports library. He's always here in the building. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, man? I'm ready. NFL's back. College is kicking up in the high gear. I'm ready. Let's get right into it. I'm ready.
Ooh, we got a good jam-packed show for y'all today. And we are the first episode of the 7200 Seconds Podcast on the Sports Wave Network. So make sure y'all tune into that. The link is in the description. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the channel. But first, Coach, how was your weekend, man? How was it?
My weekend was awesome. You know, watching college football, this weekend. Plus hit 6.8. So we on our way to 7K soon. So 6.9 is the goal as of right now. But my weekend's been awesome, man. I just can't wait to NFL.
Did you get some burgers or a hot dog yesterday? I know it was the holiday, Labor Day.
Yeah.
Did you get some cookout food?
I got some wings. Today. I actually got some wings.
Well, Dante and his wings. But before we get into that, today's show, we got a sponsor today, Joe. Dante. And here, we're going to, I will put that up here. But today's show is sponsored by the Reaper Apparel Company. Promo code SportsWave. And in this day and age, and the change in our society's culture and society norm, many individuals struggle to voice on what their mind and step out their comfort zone. To the goal behind Reaper Apparel, and every apparel design is a meaning and understanding behind them, and also stands together behind a strong mental health aware for individuals far and wide, and in the need of help and support throughout life's biggest challenge. So for every purchase you spend, you are growing your support and being a voice for those in need. So make sure y'all check out the Reaper Apparel. Promo code again, SportsWave. Save 10% off your purchase. So there is the sponsor for today's 7200 Second show is the Reaper Apparel. So make sure y'all tune in. Go get your Reaper Apparel. Again, save 10%. SportsWave is the promo code. We got some people in here already. We got from the Sports and Wrestling Connection. What's going on, Robert? Clemson sucked last night. And Dante did that game with Robert and Tyler last night. AK, what's going on, man? All right. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of things. Again, we got a jam-packed show, everything. But we're going to get into some headlines. Travis Kelce, tight end from the Kansas City Chiefs, his status is up in the air. He got a hyperextended knee. Dante, is this a big concern starting off week 1 for the Chiefs?
Yeah, it's a big concern in their offense, but again, say many times, I believe in Patrick Mahomes and how he can be able to consistently make guys better on his squad. I mean, that will be a big loss in the passing game for us in the passing game. But if you got a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes that can spread the ball out pretty much consistently to each and everybody on that receiving core, I have confidence in him. He's going to come back strong. He's going to definitely come back strong on this team. But Patrick Mahomes is the guy that keeps everything going. Without that quarterback, without the quarterback in the league, a good quarterback, a lot of teams don't win without a good quarterback. I know you've seen a lot of people also that's not good quarterbacks that won When you look at Trent Dilfer, he won with the greatest defense of all time. But you look at Rex Grossman, who went to the Super Bowl with a good defense, and the Bears. But the way this trending right now, if you don't have a good quarterback, your team will not be as good. But that just shows you a testament how great Patrick Mahomes is. When Tyreek Hill left last year and got better with the Dolphins, but guess what? Patrick Mahomes won up them and won a Super Bowl. So other than that, yes, Travis Kelce going to be a big loss. It's going to be a big concern in the passing game. But knowing that you got that guy, Patrick Mahomes, got that security blanket, Patrick Mahomes, I think everything will be fine.
And also, Chris Jones is holding out. How big is that for this Kansas City defense on the defensive side? Oh, we got Mom McKee in the building, y'all. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom McKee. Well, I think that's going to be a huge one. Chris Jones is one of the most disrespected D linemen in the league. He should be mentioned as a top 2 defensive tackle behind Aaron Donald. Actually, he is really good, man. A lot of praise don't be mentioned and how good he's been with that defense and how much he helps that defense on the defensive line. So I say, man, I think that's going to be a big loss as well. But the team will be good enough to sustain. They already showed they're good enough to sustain without Tyreek Hill. I think they already showed that they're good enough to sustain. As long as you got Patrick Mahomes there, it's kind of like having Aaron Rodgers, going to 4 straight NFC title games. As long as they had him, the team was going to be in it. As long as they had him. As long as you got Patrick Mahomes with the Kansas City Chiefs, you're gonna be successful. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be straight. But they I think they will figure out a way to get Chris Jones back in the fold.
I mean, even if Travis Kelce don't play this game, I still got Kansas City winning this game. They still do have other tight ends they can utilize, but now that Travis is not in there, you're probably gonna see Isaiah Pacheco more. You're gonna see a Sky more. You're gonna see those receivers, Kadarius Toney, and again, they still got the guy that's back there with the ball in Patrick Mahomes. So they'll still win this game with or without Travis Kelce. Any other headlines so far? I know Cooper Kupp is going to see a specialist because he's going to be out week 1 due to that hamstring injury. It looks like he re-injured. What is going on with the Rams this year? And it's not great news starting off not having your number 1 receiver.
They're not going to be very good. Anyway, they're going to have a top 10 pick. Anyway, they're not going to be too good. Cooper Kupp, I don't know if I can say this, if his body's starting to break down. I think his body's starting to break down early. But other than that, the Rams, not too much to say about the Rams. They're not going to be very good this year. They're not going to be very good.
All right, it looks like we got some news out of the Raiders. Defensive end Chandler Jones entering his second year, 3-year deal in a 3-year, $51 million contract. He said last year the team is upset with the franchise. He says, F it. I don't want to play for the Raiders if that's my head coach, meaning Josh McDaniels or GM. I want Patrick Graham, the Ivy League guy. Chandler Jones voicing his frustration with the Raiders. What's going on over there in Vegas?
A lot going on over there. I think he's starting to get this reputation that a lot of players do not like Josh McDaniels. And another team that I got that's going to have a top 10 pick this year outside of Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. Nothing to be excited about Las Vegas. Their team, they're going to be in the top 20 on the defensive side of the ball, just like they always do. But other than that, if the team is that bad, the way Chandler Jones said, I don't mind if he wants out. Chandler Jones is one of those competitive guys that wants to win and that deserves to win. So not mad at him from coming out and saying it, because that's the way the Raiders been. As soon as Josh McDaniel entered the building, that's the way it's been. They've been an absolute mess.
In the words of my guy Josh McDummy, we all know Josh McDaniels is not popular over there in the Raiders. I'm gonna still say it to this day. I'm still going to defend Earn. Till this day, he cannot stand Josh McDaniels, and he was the only one who didn't want him. Everybody was like, "Oh, give him a chance." He was like, "No." Bobby, what's going on, y'all? Bean Down Breakdown. We got Bobby. Anybody interested in all Boston sports, make sure y'all tune in to Beantown Breakdown. Got you covered with everything, whether it's the Patriots, we got them Red Sox, and them Boston Bruins when it's time for hockey. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to my guy Bobby. What is going on? Mike White wins QB2. So they got a change over there with Miami. Good. I mean, that's okay. If something happens with Tua, he's with Miami, right? Mike White, or is he with the Jets?
Nah, he with Miami. If something happens,
Yeah.
I think he's fine. I think he's gonna be fine. So you got a consistent quarterback now that a lot of people, a lot of teams, and a lot of players respect. So you got a guy that's gonna come off the. He's a backup at this point. I don't think Mike White is a starter. I think he's a backup at this point. But that's a very good backup, and just in case Tua go down, someone that can keep the team afloat and get the ball in the hands of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and all of those guys. So that's a good security blanket to have in case something go down with Tua. He did a very good job with the Jets last year.
Yeah, he did. So we got two very good defensive players who are holding out because of their contract situation. Brian Burns now is in, didn't go to practice over there with Carolina. Carolina paid Brian Burns?
Yep. Pay him. The man been your most consistent defensive lineman. You pay him. You pay him. You pay Brian Burns. Yep.
Oh Lord, my mom picked Vegas to win over Denver. We're gonna get into those picks if you still stay tuned. But she picked the Raiders to beat Denver. Hopefully she ain't gonna regret that pick. Nick Bosa. If I'm the 49ers, I give him whatever he asks for. That's your most consistent guy on the defensive side of the ball. And if you're missing Bosa, San Fran, I don't know what's going on with Bosa's situation.
I think they'll get it done. I think they find a way to get it done. I don't think they let him go. I think they know how important Bosa is. So whether if it's shining his shoes, taking his clothes to the cleaners, you do whatever you do to get it done. Do whatever you do to get it done. That's your guy. The guy's been consistent for you. The guy is the defensive player of the year. You do whatever you do to get it done.
Led the lead in sacks, right under Hassan Reddick, and you had Bosa last year. 49ers, y'all better feed that man the bag. Kyle Rudolph retires a tight end. He played with the Vikings and everything. But he is calling it a career. Kyle Rudolph wasn't a bad tight end when you need him. Kirk Cousins, that was one of his security blankets. So a good career for Kyle Rudolph. Bobby says, I think the Raiders ceiling is 10-7. You really think they're gonna win 10 games? I don't see 10 games.
They suck. The Raiders
10
suck.
games?
They
Really? Suck. My mom agrees with you. Dante. All right. And the QB rule. Because of what happened to Brock Purdy during the NFC Championship game, knowing they didn't have no receiver, no quarterbacks, they are looking into this rule. And I got it right here. So the NFL Q&A also outlines several stipulations to this rule, including players who play positions other than quarterback are not permitted to serve as an emergency third string quarterback. So no Christian McCaffrey, no whoever wanted to play as quarterback, they're going to question that. Emergency third string quarterbacks can participate in warm-ups. If either a team's top two quarterbacks are cleared to return to a game, they will be allowed to do so, replacing the third stringer. Emergency third string quarterbacks cannot enter a game due to a team benching either of top two quarterbacks for poor play, or unlike unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be assessed if a team violates any stipulations let out by the league. Do you like the emergency quarterback rule that they're trying to implement?
Like I say, whatever the NFL decides to go with, like that, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna be mad at it because again, you got guys like Christian McCaffrey that haven't practiced on being a quarterback. They really haven't practiced on being a quarterback. Their main priority is being the best running back that they could be. So I'm fine with it. But like I say again, that was on the 49ers offense. That was on the 49ers offensive line anyway. You don't block a goddamn tight end with one of the top defensive ends in the league at that point of time. You don't do that. That's the mistake on the offensive line and the offensive line coach and Kyle Shanahan. You don't block someone that has 17 sacks with the tight end. You don't do that. You don't do that at all. So that's more on the 49ers for allowing that to happen and allowing that mistake. The reason why kind of Brock Purdy got blindsided and got put up out the game. So other than I'm okay with it because you got guys that haven't practiced quarterback. Like I say, I'm okay with teams carrying 3 quarterbacks. You never know. Just a case of stipulation go down like that. Hey, even though Josh Johnson is not a good quarterback and he should be in the XFL, hey, he's still a quarterback. He practices on quarterback. He's still a quarterback. So I'm okay with it. Guys, Christian McCaffrey, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to play in that game. He didn't think Brock Purdy was going to come in there and get hurt. Matter of fact, all 3 of their quarterbacks will be down. He didn't think that. So I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it.
So Chicago Bears fans, y'all better hope and pray that Justin Fields do not get hurt because Nathan Peterman is your number 2 for the Bears. So of course they're not going with the rookie Tyler Benjamin, even though he was pretty good in preseason. Your thoughts on Nathan Peterman being number 2?
Pass.
Bears Nation, y'all better hope and pray Justin Fields do not get hurt because y'all got Nathan Peterman as our number 2. And I can see Bears fans now having a whole cow if something happens to Justin Fields. Get down to the nitty-gritty of things. We got some topics before we get into the picks and predictions for week 1. Football is here, y'all. Under the most pressure to win the Super Bowl, Dak, Lamar, Aaron Rodgers versus Jalen Hurts.
I'm gonna go with Lamar. I want to go with Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson. He got paid. He got paid this offseason. He did get paid. The only thing about it, his team is good if he stays healthy. His team is good if he stays healthy. And it does show impact on the field. When he's not on the field, it does show how regressed the team is. It does show. They almost won against Cincinnati with Huntley at the quarterback situation, and some not so much good with wide receivers at the helm. But it proves that if Lamar Jackson is healthy, they can be in the NFC Championship game. I would have said Dak, but we know Dak not going to go anywhere past the NFC Championship. So like I said, the pressure is always going to be on the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. So I wouldn't be mad at that answer. That's a good answer right there. But I already know he's not going to make it. So I'm just going to go with more pressure on Lamar Jackson. There's also some questions about the team. The team doesn't stay healthy either. The receivers don't stay healthy either. So there's probably maybe his best receiving core as well, but they don't stay healthy. You got Zay Jones, so you clearly got a better wide receiver core than you ever had before, but they don't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. And plus, with him getting paid the way he did, that into a lot of pressure on him. I think it is some pressure on Jalen Hurts because, again, you made it to the Super Bowl last year. You expect to get there again. You expect the way the NFC is, you expect to get there again. If you don't get there again, then it's a disappointing season. You didn't improve. You don't get there again. So other than that, I think it's pressure on all of those quarterbacks that's on the list. I think it's pressure on all of them. But I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson because he got paid, and if he doesn't get healthy, if he doesn't be healthy, he's gonna get creamed again, and people are gonna say, "Hey, the money they shouldn't have gave him that type of money." Or even if he does play well, even if he does play well, he's still gonna get criticized. And his team not being so good, and him not being the reason why the team is bad, he's still gonna get criticized as well. And which is I would think that would be unfair at that time for him to play very good and the team is not being so. Being subpar, but that's the criticism you're gonna get as a quarterback when you get paid the way you do. and people are going to try to put all the scrutinize and blame on you. So, like I say, all these quarterbacks deserves to have pressure on them. Whether it's Dak, whether it's Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, all the pressure is on all of these guys, including Josh Allen. Josh Allen shouldn't be thrown up out of the mix too. His teams has always been good enough. To make the AFC Championship game, the 13-second game, which was not his fault. It was the defense fault. But Stephon Diggs, the reason why he's frustrated because the team is not winning how they expect them to. The team is not bringing the Super Bowl or making it to an AFC Championship game when the team is supposed to expect it to. So I think it's pressure on all of those quarterbacks, especially the ones that got paid.
As much as I want to say Dak, as much as I want to say Jalen Hurts, you said Lamar, I'm going with that supposedly bad man in New York and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. We all know what Aaron Rodgers did in Green Bay. He won that one Super Bowl, but he just couldn't get back there. Season after season, MVP after MVP. He couldn't take the Green Bay Packers to the promised land. So now he done moved on with the Jets. We all seen how this history go because a certain other quarterback in Green Bay did the exact same thing. Went to the Jets and Brett Favre. So history is repeating itself. So the Jets fans, Jets Nation, it's Super Bowl or bust. I'm going to agree. It's Super Bowl or bust for the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Because you went out and paid this man all this money. You got the request for him. You brought Allen Lazard over. You brought his right-hand man in Randall Cobb to New York. You got Dalvin Cook. Now, my only thing is for the Jets is that offensive line. Let Aaron Rodgers get hurt and get hit and see how mad he's going to be. Let his receivers drop them balls and see if he throws to y'all again. So, New York, y'all better be top-notch with that offensive line because Mekhi Becton, supposed to be this great offensive lineman. He hasn't played the whole full season since he's been here. And yeah, he slimmed down now, which I'm happy he slimmed down. Good for him. Got some of that weight off him. But again, he is injury prone. Soon as he gets out there, can he stay healthy to protect Aaron Rodgers? So I'm going to say the Jets and Aaron Rodgers got the biggest pressure to win the Super Bowl. We got Mo in the chat. What's going on, Mo?
What's going on, Mo?
He said he 100% agree with you. Coach can't let Allen and Herbert get a pass.
But and then another thing I kind of want to bring up, you gotta look at if you want to I critique a quarterback differently. You got to look at situation as well. You don't just say blame them just because you have some type of bias against the team or against the player. You got to look at these situations, and that's the way I look at it. I look at situations quarterback in. When I look at Justin Herbert, I look at the situation. Wide receivers is always off the field. Brandon Staley is not a very good head coach. Not a very good head coach at all. But at the end of the day, but just because he's Justin Herbert and he's performed every season outside of the playoffs, he gets critiqued. He gets critiqued because his team hasn't went to the playoffs. But yet, when you look at it, it's not his fault. Why the team is not as good and challenging they're supposed to be because you're not looking at the situation they're in. Brandon Staley should have been fired on the field after he gave up the 27-0 lead. But
he should have had that pink
slip.
slip.
But Justin Herbert gets the blame because guess what? The running game, they went away from the running game in the first half. They went away from the running game. So the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions, and he came back in the second half and threw four touchdowns. But what people didn't look at, Doug Peterson adjusted because how they won the game, Travis Etienne was able to run the ball in the second half, which opened up the field for Trevor Lawrence to throw to wide open wide receivers via to the run game. So what Doug Peterson did, took the ball out of Trevor Lawrence's hands in the second half. He said, let's slow the game down. Let's run the football. Let's not try to give the Chargers the ball back too much. Let's control the clock. And that's what he did. That's what opened up a lot of play action, a lot of wide open throws. But a lot of people didn't say that about it. They just gave Trevor Lawrence praise because he came back and won, and then look at Travis Etienne having over 100 yards and most of it coming that second half. And yes, Justin Herbert, they had only three points in the second half, but you had a missed interception. You had a missed interception that should have been caught. Trevor Lawrence's 5th interception. And plus, Austin Eckler didn't even touch the ball that much in the second half. That was the reason probably, why they lost. But Justin Herbert, as a quarterback, he's going to get critiqued as well. So, again, we just got to look at situations these guys in. Buffalo, they don't run the ball like that. They don't run the ball at all. They don't run the ball at all. They rarely run the ball. When they do run the ball, they get 4.9 yards a carry. But they put so much on Josh Allen. The offense is built around Josh Allen. He's going to throw a lot of those mistakes. And so that's basically a Josh Allen offense right there. So it's all about just looking at the situation these quarterbacks are really in.
Facts. Here goes Ern. See, look, I was talking about Ern. Look what happened. We got that ESP connection. He comes in. Chandler Jones hates Josh McDaniels too. Mo says a lot of people got the Jets with 13 wins, not me. Mo, I don't got the Jets making the playoffs. Call me crazy. I don't care. They're not making the playoffs. I still think Buffalo or Miami possibly can take that division, but I'm not saying the Jets. The Jets aren't making the playoffs, y'all. Y'all can at me all y'all want to. Which NFL team is going to be on the biggest decline this year?
You said which NFL team is going to be on the biggest decline?
Yep.
Like from first to worst, or from
what team's gonna stink?
Oh, what team's gonna stink? Oh, you talking about any team? You talking about any team? What team gonna stink?
Yep. What team is gonna have the biggest decline?
You talking about the which team? The goodest team? Okay. All right. So if I had to come up with, I don't think the Jaguars. Much as I want to say the Jaguars, but I don't think just because we are in the AFC South, I don't think they will be declining because of the division. So the Cardinals, we already know they're gonna be sucked. I think the 49ers, they have a chance to decline, but I still think they're good enough. They're good enough to make the playoffs and win a division. Man, if I had to choose one team, but I still think this team will make the actual playoff picture. I would have to go with Minnesota. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. If I had to pick a team that's on a decline, I got them making the playoffs. I still got them making the playoffs. But if I had to pick a team that's gonna be on the decline, I will be picking Minnesota to make a wild card spot, to be in the wild card. But I actually got them to win the division. That was actually a tough question. That was actually a tough question for me.
All right, so we got Ern says the Niners. Of course, my mom says the Cardinals. Also, she has Atlanta as well. Biggest decline we all know with the Cardinals is a given. That's a given. I'm gonna say Tampa Bay. We all know Tampa Bay struggled to get into the playoffs with an 8-9 record, and this is with Tom Brady, the GOAT, last year. Tampa Bay is gonna take a slight decline, in my opinion. Got Baker Mayfield back there. Mike Evans, he's in a contract situation. What is Tampa Bay going to bring Mike Evans back? Does he walk? But each season, that's another wide receiver who's at over 1,000 yards each and every year. So I'm going to say Tampa takes a step back. So they won't get back to the playoffs. So now you're going to have that extra spot for somebody. I'm Tampa Bay, definitely. Mo say he thinks his Niners will struggle, but just to make the playoffs. Other Dante got the Chiefs because they the defense situation, maybe because Chris Jones was holding out. But the Chiefs is definitely an interesting answer. Wasn't expecting that to have a big.
Hey, I know you heard. I know you saw my message. We got a deal. Me and Mo working out a deal to get on the show.
I got Minnesota on the outside with the white Dak Prescott, not the white Dak Prescott. I can't. All right, Kirk Cousins. I see Kirk Cousins. They will be good, but the record will say they are worse. You're right. Makes sense.
That's why I picked them. I think they still make the playoffs, but I think they still make the playoffs.
Broncos should go after Mike Evans. Ooh, yeah. Right. Ooh, Mike Evans and Russ. I like that, Mo. He said, let's go.
Let us know. You let us know, and I'll let Mo know. Well,
Mo in here. Mo's in the chat.
Hey, let us know. Be good. Let us know.
Is Jordan Love the best QB NFC North.
You said who?
Jordan Love. Not Dante walked off the stage. Not Dante walked off. I can't. I've seen it somewhere, Dante. I didn't say it.
Pass.
I've seen that question. I'm like, who said that Jordan Love is the best QB in the division?
No, he's not the best. He's the best. He's the last quarterback in the division.
You still got Kirk Cousins. You still got Jared Goff.
I will still have Kirk Cousins as the better quarterback out of all of the quarterbacks. Even though Justin Fields is a transcendent talent that's coming up, I still would, for as of right now, I would take Kirk Cousins still. He had like Kirk Cousins a bum. That dude is not a bum, bro. He still is statistically a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, man. Kirk Cousins still statistically a top 10 quarterback in the NFL when you look at his I know his playoff performances. I know the team success for in the playoffs, they're 1-5, but as a performer, he hasn't performed bad in the playoffs. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception with a quarterback completion percentage over 60, high over 66. So he has performed. The team just haven't performed as well in the playoffs. The team hasn't just been performing. But as a quarterback, hey, you got to do it all. You got to go out against people. Want you to go out there and play defense for the squad. They want you to go out there and sack somebody for the squad. That's just how it is.
And Jake is in the building. Make sure y'all tune in at 9 o'clock. The Snake Sports Talk Show is back with my guy Jake Silva on the Sports Wave Network. So make sure y'all tune in for that. He got his prime predictions. He is in Vegas, so he is the betting guy. So if you need some bets, make sure y'all tune in later on at 9 o'clock. Tune into the Sports Talk Show. All right, is this Russell Wilson's last chance in Denver?
Yes. Yep, I would say yeah. I don't think Denver. I don't think Denver will have the type of patience to have another bad season. I think Sean Payton is there to win football games, and if Russell Wilson is not the guy, I think he's gonna he won't not hesitate to try to move on from him. So I think this is his last opportunity to show that he's still one of those quarterbacks, at least a top 12 quarterback in the league. A lot of people said it was a coaching last year, which has played a huge part up in it. Was a coaching, but hey, Russell Wilson was a problem too. He was a big problem too. So with a better head coach, way better head coach, Sean Payton. I think it's time for Russell Wilson to show does he still have it. But also again, the team is not as good on the offensive side of the ball. You got hurt wide receivers. Patrick is out for the season again. Cortland Sutton always hurt. Jared Jeudy is always down. KJ Hamler. It's the team. As a team as a whole. It's not as good around Russell Wilson again. That's another
situation. You gotta go with Ricky Mims Jr. is out there now. Yep. So
the team is not as good. It's not a good situation like that.
Javonte Williams coming back off an ACL injury, but can he cure his fumbleitis? Did they give him the medicine to help that? Because Denver was in some games last year, but as soon as they get the momentum, they get to the goal line, what happened? Fumble, turnover, they can't hold on to the ball. Him and Melvin Gordon had fumbleitis last year. I think it was going around. It was something in there. It was going around in Denver with fumbleitis. They caught it from somewhere, I don't know, but hopefully, they got some medicine to cure that fumbleitis and get the running game back going. Defensive side of the ball hasn't been that, wasn't that bad. So they did lost Bradley Chubb, but we'll see what that defense side can do. You still got PS2 over there, Pat Surtain, in that secondary. So, Denver, Russell Wilson, might be, I think we'll see the return of the Russ we're used to seeing in Seattle Russell, because now, again, Sean Payton, he got a head coach that knows what he's doing. So, yeah, he can definitely bring some wins. Not saying they're going to win the division, but they're going to be better than the Raiders. They're going to be better than the Raiders. So, besides the Jets, we already know the Jets. Most likely to go from worst to first. The Browns, the Bears, Atlanta, or Denver. Speaking of Denver.
You said who? The Browns, Bears,
ATL, or Denver. Besides the Jets, who got a little better, we know that. Out of those four, who would have the better record out of those four?
I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm gonna go with the Browns. Just because I want if Deshaun Watson can get to his old self, I'm gonna go with the Browns. And plus, they're very good on the offensive side of the ball too. Mari Cooper is one of those receivers that I would call very good. Not great, not a superstar, but I would still call very good because he's 1,000-yard wide receiver. And he has very good route running ability. I think Elijah Moore going over there helped them out. Donovan Peoples-Jones, they got one of the top running backs in the NFL. Also, they got a pretty okay defense, not great defense, but okay defense led by Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. I would say the Browns.
I'm gonna also go with the Browns as well. Deshaun Watson, he's back the full year behind over there in Cleveland. You know, he was suspended for the 11 games. He came back, but those last couple games he played, they started to gel. Amari Cooper, you don't hear him in the news at all about anything. He's the quiet assassin that I would call him. Like you said, he's great. You know, he's not elite, but he still gets you 1,000 yards. But the quiet ones is always the ones you got to watch out for. So Amari Cooper still can get it done. Don't forget about Donovan Peoples-Jones. Donovan Peoples-Jones over there. You got David Njoku, the tight end. And don't forget about Nick Chubb back there running the rock. So I'm gonna go Cleveland. That AFC North division is going to be tough. I think it's going to be competitive this year. So I still got Cincinnati winning that division, but it's going to be competitive. Pittsburgh's going to be better than what people think. You know, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. I think that streak continues. You might as well just sign Mike Tomlin to a lifetime contract until you say you don't want to coach him. So, Dante, do you want to wait to do is your coaches list all college or
no? It's not all college people. I gotta mix it up, but I got the last three is college guys though. But I would start with some WNBA though. I would love to start with some WNBA.
All right, so we got the coaches list for y'all. Who is number one on the coaches list? Now, Coach did say he's gonna keep track of how many times said people be on number one. Right, so let's go.
I'm gonna start this off. So this is Kelsey Mitchell for the Indiana Fever. All right, so they got a big win over my Dallas Wings the other day. Kelsey Mitchell, her first time for this year, starting off the fresh year on the list. Remember that's number one for Kelsey Mitchell. 30 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Was very good very good at the 3-point line. At the 3-point line, look, Key getting a tablet. She look like she starting to write it. I see it.
Got my tablet ready because we gonna keep season records of these picks and predictions when it comes to picking these games.
Okay, gotcha. I love it. All right, so we got Kelsey Mitchell at number 5. This is her first time. Congratulations, Kelsey Mitchell, being on the list for the coaches list at number 5. So number 4, we gonna see this going on here a lot. We go next year, this coming year. Even though it's about like 4 games left for the WNBA season, Breanna Stewart, in the playoffs, you're gonna see up on this. Y'all gonna see up on this list a lot. It's gonna be some times where I get sick and tired of people being on the list because we already know they can make the list each and every time. So Breanna Stewart, 26 points, 5 assists, 14 rebounds, just a force to be reckoned with. Breanna Stewart this year is my MVP for this year. Last year I gave it to Asia Wilson. And the defensive player of the year, we all know how that turned out. Trust, I was right up on that. This year, Breanna Stewart gets the nod as the MVP this year. All right, we got college football. So congratulations, Breanna Stewart, for making the coaches list, even though you made it plenty of time, but this is your first time because I'm starting it over now. So we got Tennessee quarterback Joe Milton. 200. He's went 21 from 30. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, over a good win versus Virginia for Joe Milton. E is very high on Joe Milton. I got to see more. I want to see more of Joe Milton once he get into SEC play. That's going to tell me a lot about how good Joe Milton will actually be. Congratulations, Joe Milton. Your first time on the list. Hope many more. Now, number 2, got that man, played 120 snaps and a shutdown guy and a receiver. Travis Hunter, 11 catches, 119 yards, plus with an interception and some shutdown, lockdown defense. This guy is going to be a generational talent. Whatever spot, I got a feeling once he goes in the NFL, they're going to probably make him play one position, and he has a chance to be a lead at both of them. At either one position they put him in. Travis Hunter at number 2. Congratulations. Hope many more Travis Hunter. And number 1, we already know who's the number 1 guy up on the list. If you don't know that, y'all should already know. Shedeur Sanders, his first game playing against, like I say, everybody say he's at Jackson State. Oh, you're not playing nobody. He's playing bums. He's not playing nobody. Well, guess what? I give him full credit because you know what? He played a team that was in the national title game, a team that they supposed to lost by 20 points against, and it's a competition game. It's a team that's very much respected for his first game playing against a great team, a very good team. Shedeur Sanders threw the ball 47 times, only incompleted 9 passes. He went 38 for 20. Went 38 for 47. 510 yards and 4 tubs. So Shedeur Sanders is the number 1 player on the coaches list of this weekend. So y'all remember that. Key got it wrote down for y'all. But Shedeur Sanders, congratulations. You are the champion for this weekend on the coaches list. So congratulations, Shedeur Sanders.
Coach Prime and them Colorado Buffs. We're going to talk about that later on in the show. But Shedeur Sanders tops the list, which I knew he was going to, because I'm like, there's nobody else that tops that this weekend. So I knew 1 and 2 was going to be Travis Hunter, and I just had the feeling. But we'll definitely talk about college football and everything else later on. We'll definitely talk about Colorado and what Deion did and everything else. But let's get into the nitty-gritty. We got the picks and predictions of week 1. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm finally saying that we got Dante. Football is back.
Yep.
Football is back. Starting off Thursday night football. We got the Lions and the Chiefs, the reigning defending champs until someone knocks them off. Who are you picking in this game on Thursday?
I am going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs in a close game by a field goal.
Ooh.
I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs. I wanted to pick the Lions so bad, but I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win the game by a field goal. I think it's going to be a close game. And I know a lot of people, it's going to be some people out there picking the Lions, which is I'm not going to be upset about. I think the Lions will be able to move the football on them. I don't think Kansas City, we all know Kansas City defense is not world beaters, but when it comes down to that big stop, and if you have to go score for score with Patrick Mahomes, I think that's where you lose the game at. So I'm going to go the Kansas City Chiefs by a field goal in a close game.
I'm going to give the edge to Kansas City, especially if they're going to be missing Travis Kelce. It's not saying they're going to be struggling, because they're not going to struggle. But Travis Kelce definitely is a piece that's needed and definitely going to be missing that offense. I'm still going to take Kansas City maybe by a touchdown. Jared Goff possibly can get in a shootout with Patrick Mahomes. They got some good weapons over there. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown, young receiver. They got Jamar Gibbs, the rookie running back. They said they're going to use him in ways, people didn't think they're going to use him. So don't be, so sure about the Lions getting blown out. I'm going to take KC here. So we got the Lions by 4 by Sijin. All right, so we got the next game. We got the Carolina Panthers up against the Atlanta Falcons.
Carolina. I'm going Carolina.
I'm also taking Carolina here. Bryce Young got some weapons, some good weapons around him. Got Miles Sanders over there. Defense is okay. You know, Brian Burns, I don't know if he's going to hold out, but I just like the Adam Thielen is over there in Carolina. So don't trust Desmond Ritter yet. Haven't seen him a full season. We get to see Desmond Ritter, Bijan, Robinson, Drake, London over there. Still got Tyler Algier. So we can see.
Yep.
All right. We got the Cincinnati Bengals. AFC North matchup. The Bengals against Cleveland. Who you got?
Is Joe Burrow playing?
They didn't say anything on Joe yet, but he is practicing. They didn't say if he's playing or is he not yet.
I'm going to assume he plays, and I'm going to take Cincinnati.
Oh, cool. Got the Browns in the upset. Okay. See, AK says, "Can I get you guys take on the Giants this year?" We gonna get to the Giants. We get there. And this in Cleveland. You said you still taking Cincy?
Yeah, I'm still taking Cincy. I don't care where it's at. They
I'm
win.
still gonna take Cincy. Even let's just say
win.
Joe Burrow can't go. I don't know who their backup
But
is.
if Joe Burrow can't go, Joe Burrow can't go, I'm gonna stand on my pick. I'm just gonna stand on the pick.
I'm still gonna go on the pick because he still has weapons. Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. I'm still taking that for who put some what quarterback stinks. You put Cooper Rush back there in that offense, and he's still a scorer.
This ain't last year, cool. This is this year. This ain't last year. This ain't last year. This is this year.
So we're gonna take Cincinnati. We both got Cincinnati. Hold on, my child is like, "Can I get some money for some food?" Hold on.
They win. They win.
All right. So we both take. So far we got the same results, but it might change. We got the Jags and the Colts. Who you got in this game?
Jags.
Taking the Jags too. I'm not the Colts are going to have a top pick again this year. You know, Jonathan Taylor is going to be out for 4 games. No Zach Moss, he got a broken arm, so we're going to rely on Deion Johnson to start as running back. I know they still got Pittman, they still got Pierce over there in the running game. They got Jahani Woods, the big tight end from Virginia over there. I'm still taking the Jags and T-Law, Calvin Ridley, and those guys in ETN. So I'm taking Jacksonville as well. We got the Minnesota Vikings up against the Bucks.
Vikings.
The Minnesota never fails. I pick Minnesota, they lose. I don't pick them, they win. So hopefully Minnesota can break the curse starting off week 1. I'm also going to take Minnesota here. I just don't know what Tampa Bay is going to be. So Jensen's out as again for the center for on that offensive line. I know they still got Tristan Wirfs. They still got Mike Evans. That defensive side still got Vita Bay. It's just I don't know what about Baker Mayfield. Well, we got to see, but I'm taking Minnesota here. So far so good. We the same. So we thinking alike. We got the Tennessee Titans against the Saints.
Saints.
Derek Carr's debut with the Saints. Got a good receiving core in Chris Olave. He's getting Michael Thomas back. Not gonna have Kamara for the first 3 games, but also you got Kendrick Miller and Jamal Williams to hold down the load. And don't forget, you got the Swiss Army knife. Y'all don't know who the Swiss Army knife is. Y'all been underneath a rock. And Taysom Hill, he can do it all. He can play quarterback. He can run back. He can get tight end. He's your receiver. He's your kicker. He's a safety. He can do it all. So watch out for Taysom Hill. We don't know what's going to happen, even though Tennessee did add DeAndre Hopkins. Still got Derrick Henry, Tannehill. We just don't know if we're going to get out of Tannehill, Treylon Burks, and Chigo Kungwu, the tight end over there in Tennessee. Should be an interesting game, but I'm still going to take the Saints. San Fran against Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
Okay, got Pittsburgh. Now this is where we differ. This is where we're going. I got the 49ers. I still think their defense is elite to get to Kenny Pickett. Again, you know Nick Bosa, but you still got Fred Warner. You still got Greenlaw. Got Javon Hargrave over there now. Still got Tafunga, one of the good up and coming safeties back there. You still got the weapons in Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. You know Brock Purdy's going to be back there. Got Trent Williams, great offensive lineman who's going to protect Brock Purdy. I got the 49ers going over Pittsburgh. You got the commit. I'm just gonna skip this and say Washington because they're not beating it. They're Arizona's not beating Washington.
No.
So that's all in agreement. Going Arizona. Your Texans against the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got?
Baltimore by close game.
Talk about your team. Are you gonna be confident this year about them?
Till they give me a reason, I can be confident. Till they give me a reason. I'm slightly. I think we're in the right direction. I think we're gonna be much improved.
Also taking Baltimore here again. Lamar Jackson. This is his proven year. He can never stay healthy. Can he stay healthy? He got Zay Flowers. He got OBJ. Still got the running game with J.K. Dobbins. Got Mark Andrews. And their defense isn't half bad. So I think Bateman comes back. So there's no excuses for Lamar Jackson. It's either he does it or he don't. So I got Baltimore here as well. We got the Bears up against Green Bay. Who are you taking in this NFC North matchup?
I'm going to go. Matter of fact, I'm going to go with the Bears. I would have went. I was going to go with Green Bay, but I'm going to give them a split. I think they split. So next time we pick that game, you'll know who I'll go with. So I'm going to go with the Bears for this one.
I got the Bears also, and their point spread is only a 1.5.
Yeah.
We got the Raiders against the Broncos. Who you got in this AFC West?
It's tough. Is it? I'm about to say, is it possible if I can plead the fifth on this one? I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
You can't plead the fifth.
I'm gonna just go with the Broncos. I just don't. That's a tough game to predict because they both ain't gonna be so good. But I'm gonna just go with Sean. I'm gonna just trust in Sean Payton.
What's going on, Jeff? Appreciate you. I'm gonna go Vegas. Lord help me.
Mm-hmm. You see why I wanted to plead the fifth too, right? You see why I wanted to do it.
Jimmy Garoppolo's the quarterback back there. You still got Josh Jacobs who come back play for a year. Vontae Adams got Renfro. They got Michael Mayer at tight end. Defensive side, Max Crosby. I'm gonna bite myself in the foot with Vegas, but I'm gonna take Vegas. We got the Eagles going up against the Patriots. We got.
It's gonna be one of these little trap games, but I'm gonna take the Eagles.
He said they go 1-16.
I'm gonna take the Eagles. I think the game gonna be closer than what they actually think. I'm gonna take the Eagles by 10 points.
And we going to Foxborough with Tom Brady Day. We gonna ruin his day up in Foxborough. Got the Chargers over the Dolphins. That should be a good game.
Dolphins. I'm going Dolphins.
Oh, you going to Dolphins? I'm going to take the Chargers here. He can say that if he want to, too. Fly, Eagles, fly. There we go. You taking Miami. All right. I think we're all in the greens here. We're going Seahawks over the Rams?
Yeah. Seahawks over the Rams.
Ain't nothing to talk about there. We got Coos, Dallas Cowboys up against the G-Men, the New York Giants, in the Sunday night matchup, which I will be and Coach Dante will be doing this game. You got.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Yeah, stinking Dallas. Got them too. Tony Pollard's back. Got Deuce Vaughn, who rookie from Kansas State. He's a Spurs 2.0, literally. Got Dr. Gallup back. CeeDee Lamb, the addition of Brandon Cooks. They got Stephon Gilmore back there in the defense. They just paid Terrence Steele. Y'all are paying this man all this money, but next year, how y'all gonna pay Dak? But anyway, got Trey Lance as a safety insurance. So, but I'm going with Dallas here. I don't think the Giants, even though the Giants will make some moves defensively, they got Isaiah Simmons. Kyle Thibodeau. Gotta see how he Kayvon Thibodeau. You gotta see how he does. So Saquon's back. Daniel Jones, the rookie Hyatt from Tennessee. We gotta see how he do. But I'm got Hyatt, Deshaun Jackson 2.0.
You say who?
Vic says Hyatt, Deshaun Jackson 2.0.
It's Jalen Hyatt, Deshaun Jackson 2.0.
No, Vic says Hyatt will be Deshaun Jackson 2.0.
Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out about that.
He said also he needs Quentin Johnson to play great this year. I'm taking Dallas as well. Dante says no on that, Vic. Dante says no on that. Trey Lance is still a developmental QB. And then the nightcap, the Monday Night Football game. This should be a good game as well. Buffalo over the Jets. Who you got?
Buffalo over the Jets.
Yep.
Is it? No, it don't make a difference. I'm going Buffalo. Don't make a difference.
I'm going Buffalo as well.
Yeah, it don't make a difference whether they play at home or away. I'm not. It doesn't make a difference.
He says Cedric Tillman, Jalen Hyatt. Bills Mafia. Sidon says Bills Mafia. So that is your picks. We're going to take record, see what happens. We only got a couple games that was off. Jeff, we did talk about the Saints in Tennessee. We both took the Saints here in this game. I know Tennessee, the Saints is your squad there. So we did talk about that. What is next on the agenda here? We got some MLB because it's almost postseason time. It is September. We got some players that's coming in hot, Dante, so far.
Yep.
Royce Lewis, his third Grand Slam in 8 games. Talk about Royce Lewis.
Hey, he's been good for the Minnesota Twins. He was good. Like, he came back against us. I remember that game, and he came back against us, and he pretty much hit the game winner. So other than that, Royce Lewis been good, man. That dude's been a big help for the Minnesota Twins. So hey, we'll see. He's very good, man.
Q says the bullpen is a mess with the Rangers, and then how about Adam Duvall?
I'll be seeing Q on Twitter be trying to trash Houston all the time and trying to talk noise about Houston all the time. Like, I don't see it and people don't tell me nothing, and he be trying to hide. Now all of a sudden he try to come back, trying to hear all that crap. We've been whooping they behind for 7 straight years. We've been whooping them since 7 straight years. Even when we had injuries out, we were still whooping the Texas Rangers. Even when we had our injuries out. So want to hear all those talking about a bad bullpen. We got a bad bullpen. Our bullpen ain't that good either. Ain't been that good either. So I don't want to hear all that. They just can't beat us. They just ain't better than us. And the Rangers fans need to stop all that damn talking before we gonna keep on humbling these Rangers fans and all that. Don't worry about it. We coming up. We gonna keep humbling y'all. Don't worry about it. Oh, y'all, you keep talking noise. You keep talking noise, and you don't see why. You'll find out.
Bobby says, "How about Adam Duvall?"
Oh, he's good. He's nice. He killed us. See, I respect fans that don't talk. I respect fans that don't talk. I don't respect fans that talk a lot of trash and can't back it up. I don't respect people like that.
One player who's been hot that I thought was going to be, because he started off rocky, and he is on fire, and that is Trey Turner from my Philadelphia Phillies. Woo! Trey Turner is hot, and he got hot at the right time. He better be hot, worth $300 million.
What y'all said about him early? What y'all said about him early?
Huh?
What you saying about him early? What y'all saying about?
Oh my God, he was stinking it up, but his own mama was booing him everything. But it took that one game, the Philly crowd gave him a standing ovation, and ever since then, to let him know, Trey, we still got your back, you know. And ever since then, that man been killing it. He's been on a tearing. So here's Kyle Schwarber, number 40, hitting the home runs. You all know he strikes out a lot. But Philly's got that number one wild card spot. Shohei Ohtani is going to have the surgery on his elbow, but does that injury going to cost him some money?
No, I don't believe it will. I believe he's the best player in baseball. I believe any team will take on a superstar like Shohei Ohtani and be patient with them. I don't believe it costs money.
Then we have a dummy in the MLB. Night, Mom. Kyle Schwarber has more home runs, singles. What you say, Fridge? Kyle Schwarber has more home runs than singles. Wowzers. Well, he's a power hitter. He's not going to hit for no singles. That's why his batting average is like 180 something.
Now his batting average, what?
He's a power hitter, so you got to sacrifice something.
How many times he struck out?
I don't know this year.
He said it meant so much she can't keep up with it this year.
I know, but lately he hasn't been striking out. Hold on, wait. Now I'm intrigued. Hold on. Let me go look. Oh, we got Michael Lorenzen pitching today against the pitching against the Padres. Okay, his batting average is 193. It did go up. 40 home runs, 89 RBIs.
How many strikeouts he got?
Hold on, let me look. Because I know last year was a lot. He had more strikeouts than he had at bats, and I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, he did. Kyle Schwarber. Strikeouts. Where we at? Really? It don't want to tell me? Come on. It's like, no, we don't want to tell you because Dante's going to laugh. Okay, here we go. So he has... Is it 108? It can't be 108.
No, I know that ain't right. I know he struck out more than that.
It really don't want to tell me. Y'all right. I'll look that up. But gotta move on. Let me search one more spot. It really don't want to tell me. Kyle Schwarber strikeouts. Is it 170? No. Hold on. 316? No. It can't be. That would be about right, though, if it's 316.
Kyle Schwarber got 175 strikeouts.
Okay. Oh, so that was right.
Yep.
Oh, he got less this year than he did last year.
He got 175 strikeouts this year. The lead strikeout leader is Eugenio Suarez with 181.
Appreciate you, Big Fridge, for that.
Hey, cool. How many strikeouts do Adolis Garcia got? Don't look on Google. How many strikeouts do we got? If you can guess, how many strikeouts do we have throughout the whole season? No Google looking.
He might beat last year. Last year he had 200 strikeouts. This year he has 175.
Yeah, he got
Fridge said he got 109 walks. But let's talk about the dummy.
Go ahead.
Dummy in the MLB right now. Pitcher for the Dodgers. Julio Urias wants to get arrested for domestic violence charges. Is he done?
I don't think he's done, but I think he should be done. I think he should be pretty much put on punishment, but I don't think he will be done. I don't think he will be done. Like out of the league. I don't think he will be up out of the league.
So he was arrested on domestic violence charges, arrested on felony domestic violence charges late Sunday. This is the second domestic violence arrest in his past 4 years, soon to be free agent pitcher. I just don't understand it. Why do you gotta put your hands on another woman? I don't get it. I mean, you are that mad. I'm sure you can do something, find something else to hit, a wall, go outside, take a breather. But anyway, we're not going to go there because that's a sensitive subject for folks. But let's go on and get on to this standings here. The AL East, Baltimore is still on top with 86-51. We got the Central, Minnesota 72-66. Got the AL East. It's tight over there in the AL East between you and the Marlins. Seattle is 77-60. Houston is 78-61. And we got the Texas Rangers right behind. So that West Division is getting competitive over there. Of course, ain't nobody catching the Braves. 14 and a half game backs against the Braves in that division. Braves take the East. In the NL, we got Milwaukee in the Central, but the Cubs are only 2.5 games behind for first, and we got the Dodgers over there in the West. But Dante, speaking of the AL West, who's going to win that division?
I still say my Astros until the Mariners close us out. I still say my Astros until the Mariners and Rangers close us out. So I'm still going to say the Astros. We are the team to beat. You got to go through us. Even if they one of them even win the division, still got to see us in the playoffs when it matters the most. I'm still going to say the Astros until they beat us out. But even if they do beat us out, you still got to see us in the playoffs. You got to beat us when it matters the most.
So right now in the wild card, the AL would be Tampa Bay, Houston, and Texas holds on to that final wild card spot. And then in the NL, we got the Phillies on top, number one with that wild card spot, the Cubs, and then Arizona. Speaking of the last spot in the AL wild card, it's going to come down. Who do you think will take that final spot? Will it be the D-backs? Will it be Florida, San Fran, or Cincinnati?
You know what? I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I want to say Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
All right. So let's look at the races here. All right, so Trey Turner will not be playing tonight. So the Phillies called up Weston Wilson. Yeah, they changed it. It went from 2 to 3. What was it? It wasn't last year before last. They switched it. They put it in.
Hey, guess what? And guess what, Jeff? Y'all better win tonight because if we beat y'all and the Blue Jays win, guess what? Y'all could be up out of the playoff picture. So the Astros will be glad to put y'all up out of the playoff picture too.
Wait, who's Jeff's team in baseball?
The Texas Rangers.
Oh Lord,
he ain't no Arcu though. He ain't no Arcu. He different than Arcu. And me and Jeff got a deal. If the Astros win a division or finish higher than the Texas Rangers, which is we are right now, and we already won a silver boot. We locked that up yesterday. So pretty much it's better than them rated. We already solidified the series. Jeff got to get on his stream on the sports junkie media and say the Astros or the Rangers daddy. That's he gotta admit that. He gotta say that the next time you get on the street. We already won a series in the silver boot. So, hey.
So this MLB race, the MVP is kicking up. So for the NL MVP, who do you got? Is Acuna or Mookie Betts?
You said Acuna or Mookie Betts?
Yep.
I wanted to go with Acuna so bad, but I'm going to go with Mookie Betts.
He said, ain't y'all tied? Are y'all tied? You and the Rangers?
No, we're not tied.
Acuna been having himself a monster season this year. Mookie Betts is right there behind him. I'm gonna go Acuna.
You say what?
I'm gonna go with Cunha Jr. The
Yeah.
Astros has 2 more wins.
Hey,
Who
we
you
in
got?
Florida still. So
Who you got
yeah.
in the AL for MVP?
Who's amongst the MVP people?
Let me see. Shohei. Might as well just give it to Shohei. I forget who the
The
runner up.
losses matter. The loss column matter. The loss column matter. But we up in the wins. We 2 wins up. The loss column matters the most.
So let me see.
Because at first they had us in the loss column. That's why the Mariners still up. The loss column.
All right. So that was last year. Once again, the Yankees failed me. We're not going to talk about them Stankies. All right. So for AL MVP, it's Shohei Ohtani. Then you got, come on. All right. ML. And okay. Shohei, Corey Seager. They got Adley Rushman, Kyle Tucker is in that. Okay, so it's Ohtani, Seager, Kyle Tucker, and Adley Rushman.
I'm going with so Ohtani is in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with Seager. I'm going with Corey Seager. I'm going to go with Corey Seager for the Rangers.
Really?
Yes. I think he's meant a lot to the Rangers. He's meant a lot to the Texas Rangers. So I'm gonna go with a dark horse. I'm gonna go with Corey Seager. He's been great, man. Gotta give it to him. Corey Seager's been that good this year. I know Ohtani is the best one, but I'm gonna go with a dark horse, Corey Seager. I like Corey Seager. I like the way he's been playing.
All right. We did that. We did NL MVP. How about AL Cy Young? Garrett Cole, Valdez, Kevin Goldsman, Sonny Gray, Felix Bautista.
Which Valdez?
You're Valdez.
I'm gonna go with Garrett Cole. Valdez ain't been pitching.
Look, Vic, you got something to look out for. I mean, at least your pitchers for Cy
Young. Yeah, but he ain't been pitched. He ain't pitched well enough for me to give him a Cy Young. Not this year. He pitched well. Most of that due run support, but Garrett Cole's just been better this year. I'm gonna go with Garrett Cole.
So NL we got Logan Webb, Blake Snell, Zach Gallen, Spencer Strider, and Josh Hader.
He said Spencer Rattler.
I know, wrong. South Carolina.
I'm going to go with Zach Gallen for the D-backs.
I don't know. You're talking about Blake Snell.
Yep.
All right, and we got, how about AL Rookie of the Year?
Which is?
Gunnar Henderson. They got the Yoshida. I'm not going to mess up his first name. Yunior Cano, Josh Jug, or Tristan Cassis.
I'm going to go with Gunnar Henderson.
All right.
He's not a rookie because it was something wrong with him last year, but now this is a rookie year, so I'm gonna take Gunnar Henderson.
A dog on charger before you gonna be up here by yourself. Shut up! Don't be squeaking at me. All right, so AL, you picking Henderson?
Yep.
All right, so NL, we got Corbin Carroll, Ellie De La Cruz, James Ottman, Siaga, and then Tover.
I'm going to go with Carroll.
Carroll's been heating up. He's been on as much as I want to say De La Cruz. Did you see that play he did the other day? It was the last night. Yep. It could have went disastrous, but here he come picking it up and still getting that guy out. De La Cruz is special.
De La Cruz is special. He gonna be special. He really gonna be something good, man.
But no, I'm gonna take Corbin. He's been a good rookie this year.
Yep.
So I got him in the NL Rookie of the Year. And there is your awards. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, we've talked a little bit of WNBA because the regular season ends on Saturday. So we got games all this week for the WNBA. As it stands right now, the Aces, Liberty, Sun, Wings, and the Minnesota Lynx have all clinched the playoffs. The Dream, the Mystics, the Sparks have not yet clinched, but it's a battle between the 8th and 9th seed between the Sparks and the Sky. If the Sparks does lose out, or it comes down to the records are the same, Chicago has a tiebreaker. So y'all trying to get me out of here early and have a heart attack. So of course my Sparks are hanging on for dear life, but we do got 4 games in tonight's slate. We got the Sparks against the Sun. Lord, we might lose that game. We got the Sky against the Fever. The Liberty and the Wings, the Mystics and the Mercury. And we got the regular season ends Saturday. So definitely should be interesting to see where these in WNBA players in WNBA the playoffs. I'm ready for the playoffs. But I got the Liberty beating the Aces in the championship game.
Yeah, I got the Aces winning. You said, Lord, y'all may lose that game against. But it's gonna be an interesting battle for the 8th spot. I'm glad my Wings locked up that 4th seed. I'm not happy about the loss against the Fever, but hey, I'm happy about the success. I just want us to finish the season strong with some momentum going into the playoffs. So definitely happy. I think this is our first 20-win season that we had, pretty much. So happy that Coach LT. A lot of excitement to go, and very happy with where we're going as a direction, where we're going as a team.
All right, so they will let the awards know from the 17th. We'll find out who was Coach of the Year. September 18th, we'll find out the six-man most improved the 21st. MVP will be September 26th. Rookie of the Year, October 2nd, and then Defensive Player of the Year will be October. They will go ahead and announce that. But yeah, the WNBA playoffs is heating up. Let's get it down into the last bit of the show here, going into the college football preview of week 1. How did you like week 1's games?
I love it, man. I love it. Just happy that college football is back. Love it. Kicked it off with TCU versus the CU. Very happy. I'm very, very happy about it, man. So I was excited to see week 1.
So of course that game everybody was talking about, Colorado going into TCU, winning 45-42, shutting everything down. Again, Shedora Sanders 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, broke the score record. His very first game broke the school records. They also broke a record. 4 receivers over 100 yards was Dylan Edwards. He had 4 touchdowns himself, 3 receiving, and then he had that 1 run in. Travis Hunter, 11 catches for 119 yards. Xavier Weaver, another very good receiver over there, 6 catches, 118. And then Jimmy Horn, 11 catches, 117. Defensive-wise, they're in trouble because that run defense is very suspect. So that's something they got to fix moving forward if they're going to beat Nebraska. Secondary, as you know, Travis Hunter was back there, and then you got Primetime's other son, Shiloh Sanders, 10 tackles. He missed some open field tackles, but secondary, they held it down. It's that front that has to get better. Your thoughts on the defense?
I think the defense will improve. I think that's just part of them playing a very good, TCU football team. So I think that they will improve. But when they needed it, the defensive line put a lot of pressure definitely on the Chandler Morris and the Horned Frogs. I thought they did they killed the drive late in the game, that last drive of the game. So I thought the defensive line actually got pressure at the end of the game, but I think their defense will improve as the year go by. So I thought I'll say then they end up getting a turnover, forcing a turnover earlier in the game, like on TCU first drive. They end up taking the ball away. So give credit to Coach Prime and CU for winning that game. And again, not mad at him in the press conference part of things, saying the man wrote down quotes, basically not giving CU an opportunity to win that game. And now he said, oh, you don't believe in stuff. I'm not mad at him. That's just him in the moment, him enjoying the win, and him telling people, hey, I'm here to win. We here to win. These players are dedicated. These players put the hard work in. And Coach Prime knows how much these players put that hard work in and worked every single day. But it also started with him getting a losing culture up out of the program. And that's what it always also started at. So again, give credit. Not mad at him for telling the person, do we believe? And he saw what he wrote. Not mad at him from doing that, because at the end of the day, beating a team, like TCU, your first time coaching, and your son playing against a Power 5 school for his first time and beating them, and that offense doing the way they did, can't be mad at him. That's the heat of the moment. That's the moment thing right there. Everybody doubted him. That post have been whooping. Remember, they were 20-point underdogs going into that game, and they went in and won by 3. So can't be upset with Coach Prime for that.
Definitely. So answer Big Fridge's question. So his wife is having a baby. So he is put on maternity leave as she has the baby. So that's why he's not in the lineup today. So yes. So he's going to be with his wife in time of giving birth to their child. No, I have no problems with Deion said to the reporters. They was doubting him. They said he wouldn't. He got one of the worst rosters. He wouldn't be able to do anything. So yeah, he called some of them out. He's like, "Do you believe now?" I got receipts. So he and especially Shador wanted to beat that one of the coaches over there because of what they did to him in camps. They ignored him. So they went out there and had a statement, and they did exactly what he said he was going to do. He won. So that was the big kick in the face to TCU, because TCU's crowd was letting Deion have it, especially Travis Hunter. They said, "Oh, Travis Hunter, you underrated. Oh, throw the Travis Hunter side." When he got that pick and they turned to the crowd, complete silence.
Yep.
They was in awe, like, oh, snap. Maybe Travis Hunter is the real deal. Now, talking about Travis Hunter now, playing both sides of the ball. We all know. Can he keep playing like this the whole season?
I don't know if this is sustainable. If you do that, if he was to do that, you have to be in some world of shape to even play on both sides of the ball like that consistently. But I know once he gets in the NFL, he's gonna be playing one side of the ball, and I think he has a chance to be very good in either position that he plays in. Before, I think he's in a very good shape. Which proved that he could definitely play both sides of the ball each and every game. Because he didn't get tired not one time. I don't think he got tired not one time. I think it was one play that he was pretty much out on the defensive side of the ball that one time. But he's a force, man. For him to do that, he's in shape. He's in good shape.
I think when they practice, he doesn't practice for 2 days. I think Prime sends him out, and then he'll come back and practice. Yeah. But I think he played over 150 snaps or over 100 snaps.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And then they interviewed him at the end, and he was ready to go back out there. He was like, "No, I'm not tired." Like he's got energy.
He's in top shape.
But I think whatever team that needs the position most, I think that's where we're going to put him at. If he goes to a team that needs wide receiver more, they're going to put him at receiver. If somebody needs a corner, I think they're going to stick him at corner. I think they're going to have him at receiver. He caught this one catch. The one catch he dropped. And it was right there. But he made up for it, but he was out of bounds. That catch was crazy.
Yep.
That catch was crazy. Duke upset last night Clemson. It was a 28-7.
Yep.
28-7. Clemson didn't have no offense except for Will Shipley. You did this game last night with Robert and Tyler. What did you see in this game?
Well, I saw a lot of miscues, mistakes. Cade Klubnik, I'm not gonna say he's not the quarterback of the team. I would give him a couple of more games to prove himself because, again, it's not a coaching issue by Dabo Swinney. I think, when they got down the field, you got to put that more on the players. You had a blocked field goal that was blocked. You had your kicker went out there and shanked basically an extra point, 23-yard field goal to the left, wasn't even close to being made. Then you get down there by the goal line. Clay Cutnick tried to pull the football out. He fumbles the football. Then you finally give it back to the running back, Field. He fumbles the ball. So in that, you already got 2 fumbles lost at the goal line. You have 2 missed field goals, basically a blocked field goal. They count that as a miss. You got 2 missed field goals. That's not on Coach Dabo Swinney. I think the defense held in long as it could. When the offense had the opportunity, they couldn't execute on the opportunity. I didn't think nothing was wrong with the play calling. I just think the players didn't execute. And when Clay Cuddick put the ball on the money, when it was times he did put the ball on the money, the receivers weren't catching it. They weren't even catching the ball. So I think there's a lot of things going wrong with that offense. I think Will Shipley was the only one. The running game was the only one that was on. Was on. The running game was the only thing that was on. Other than that, the receiver was dropping passes. Clay Cunningham was inconsistent. He did make a couple of good runs, but he was inconsistent for us throwing the ball. I thought the defense hung in as long as they could. I thought the defense got worn out because they played so much on the field. And you just got to give Duke credit, man. They ran the ball pretty well. Riley Leonard didn't have a good throwing game, but he made more plays than Cade Klubnik did on the ground and in the air. So you got to give credit to Duke. They also forced the turnovers as well. If it wasn't for that one fumble that Duke actually had, that muff punt, Clemson, it would have been bad. Clemson would have been shut out. So got to give credit to Duke, man, for how they played last night, man. They played, man. They played their butts off, and they even end up winning that game. And this don't look good for Clemson, man. This is like a not so good of a Clemson team.
So before we go into the AP polls and some of the week 2 games, man, we got a new segment. You know what the new segment is? I mean, you do, but they don't.
Yep.
It's called, did y'all forget y'all had a game today? We're going to call out them teams that forgot they had a game last week. Starting off with Arkansas State. We all know Arkansas State isn't that great, but dang, Oklahoma, 73-0, Arkansas State. Did you forget you had a game today? Mercer. Ole Miss, 73-7. Mercer, did you forget you had a game today? Portland State, did you forget you had a game today? 81 points, 81-7. Did you really forgot you had a game today? You just wanted to score that one time and then that's it. Be like, all right, I'm done playing. I don't want to score no more. 81 points. They almost got 100 on y'all. Has a college team ever hit 100? That's an interesting fact to look into. Has anybody scored 100 points? USC, Nevada, did you forget you had a game today? 66-44? But man, so next week tune in to see who forgot they had a game next week.
It's tonight. So if the Los Angeles Sparks, they forget how to play basketball, huh? If they don't forget how to play basketball.
Some nights they do forget how to play basketball. Some nights they do. So, all right. So the AP polls is out for week 2. Again, Georgia still is number 1. Michigan, Alabama is back in the top. FSU, Florida State, and that's ECG's team there. Florida State, they are in the number 4. They got Ohio State number 5, USC number 6, Penn State. We are number 7. Washington's 8, Tennessee's 9, Notre Dame is 10. Your Longhorns is number 11. Utah is 12. Oregon, number 13. LSU is 14. The only team that's ranked, well, it's 2 teams that's ranked, but that hasn't won a game yet. That's 0-1. LSU is one of them. They're ranked 14. Got Kansas State 15. Oregon State 16. UNC 17. We got Oklahoma 18. Wisconsin is 19. Ole Miss is 20. Duke is 21. Colorado made it in the top 25. They're at 22 right now. Texas A&M 23, Tulane 24, and Clemson dropped 16 spots to go to number 25. Ohio State drops 2, and LSU drops 9. Anything wrong with that so far?
Nah, nothing wrong with it. Notre Dame moving up. Notre Dame.
They don't count. They play high school teams.
They what you call it? Ohio State struggled against Indiana. See why they moved down. And I remember I mentioned it was a question basically I posed to E that do you see Colorado moving to the top 25? And E said no, and they at 22. But it was only a question I was asking them. Didn't think too much of it. But again, we'll see when they play Nebraska next week. But I have no problem with it.
All right. So we got this week's games. We got Ball State against Georgia. That's going to be a Georgia win?
Ass whooping.
Youngstown State against Ohio State.
Ass whooping.
Penn State against Delaware.
Whooping.
Speaking of double.
Yeah, I remember I asked you that. I believe when we did the Oregon State, it was just a question I asked. It was just a question I asked, and yep, and they at 22. It's just a question.
25. He said they were 1-11 last year. Notre Dame and NC State.
You know what? I'm gonna go with NC State as my upset pick of the week.
Oh, you got an upset pick? Utah over Baylor?
Utah over Baylor? Whooping Utah.
Troy and Kansas State.
Kansas State.
It's another game of the week. We got Nebraska against Colorado. Charleston Southern against Clemson.
Clemson should rebound.
UNLV against Michigan.
UNLV versus Michigan. Oh, Michigan. Whooping.
Oh, Ole Miss and Tulane.
I'm going Tulane. Upset.
Texas A&M against Miami.
I'm going A&M.
Tulsa and Washington.
Going Washington.
Appalachian State against UNC.
I'm going UNC.
So we got SMU versus Oklahoma.
I'm going Oklahoma.
Lafayette versus Duke.
Duke.
And I will be doing this game, Texas versus Bama. Who you got? Number 11 versus number 3.
I'm going with Alabama.
Oh, you going against your team?
Yep. They got to show me something.
You got Oregon versus Texas Tech.
You said who?
Oregon versus Texas Tech.
Oregon.
Grambling versus LSU.
Ass whooping. LSU.
Washington State versus Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Southern Miss versus Florida State.
Ass whooping. Florida State.
They're gonna be 2-0. Sure, Dante's happy about that. UC Davis versus Oregon State.
Ass whooping. Oregon State.
And Stanford versus USC.
Ass whooping. USC.
So your only upset was the taking NC State.
Yeah. I gotta take me an upset pick every week. I gotta take me an upset pick or two. If it's two I can put in now, I will put two in there. But I'm gonna take NC State over Notre Dame as my upset pick of the week.
So out of the college games that you've seen so far, who are you impressed with so far?
Who I'm impressed with so far? Out of all the games that I'm impressed with Florida State. About the whooping they put on LSU. I'm impressed with Florida State and how they look. They completely laid the smackdown on LSU. It just proves that Florida State is the best team in the ACC as of right now.
Okay. And Dante said he can confidently say that FSU is going undefeated, and Clemson was their roadblock. All right. So yeah, I will be doing the Texas-Alabama game. So make sure y'all come on and tune in this Saturday. FSU. FSU made Brian Kelly think about his future. But yeah, there you have it. Another 72 in the books. We have 66. And again, on the Sports Wave Network. So make sure if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all do so there. Yeah, what you got playing, Dante? When you coming back to do some? Well, you did some play-by-plays. When you coming back?
I'm doing some play-by-plays. On Thursday, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions Thursday night, and also y'all stay tuned for Sunday, Texans and Ravens. Me and Key got the Sunday night football. On Sunday night football, Giants and Cowboys, and then I'm gonna do Monday night as well. We're gonna do Monday night as well.
Oh yeah, so make sure y'all tune into that. Again, yeah. So Coach got Thursday, Saturday. Got the Texas-Alabama game. Then Sunday, we gotta watch them Cowboys against the Giants, and then I'm gonna try to hop on Monday night, but I should be good for Monday night. We got the Monday Night Football. We got the Bills versus the Jets, and then next Monday, doubleheader. So I don't know doubleheader games. But yeah, we're on the road to 100 episodes. Again, I always tell y'all watch out for the 100th episode, giving that jersey giveaway of your choosing. Fantasy football's heating up. Lord have mercy. I don't know why I do this to myself. I got 7. I don't know why I do this to myself. 7. But yeah. But as always, Coach Dante always here. I'm Key. Make sure y'all stay tuned next week. There's a segment we didn't do, but we're going to save them for next week because we didn't get to do Who Am I because things was too hot. But make sure y'all tune back in. Jake the Snake Sports Talk Show is back. His prime predictions are back for this upcoming week 1, and he's going to get y'all some bets of who to place if y'all need to take some bets. But till then, we going to get on out of here, y'all. Love, peace, and hair grease. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. But if you're going to do something dumb, just make sure you do it safely, y'all. You're going to get out of here. Peace.
Peace out, you guys.